Now that I've got the Malibu back from 10 Soldier race cars down in Kentucky, I'm looking under rocks for reasons to take it for a drive. As the month of October comes to a close here in Central Ohio, there's fewer and fewer days left to enjoy the cars before the salt's on the roads. So this morning, me and June Pup decided to take the Malibu down to pick up Addie. She's going to come up and help us ship merch out this week and help us get caught up with a lot of the orders that have come in from the 496 giveaway. I also plan to make a little pit stop and vote early today down at our county courthouse. I've been so busy the last few weeks, I couldn't tell whether I was coming or going. But this morning seemed like the perfect opportunity since I have to drive right past the courthouse on the way back from picking up Addie. The only problem is, I'm a day late. Early voting closed, so now I got to go tomorrow and stand in line.
Yeah.
That's what I get. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't give a damn how long I have to stand in line. I will be casting my vote later tomorrow. But between now and then, we've got plenty of work to do here at the shop. And Addie's going to work on getting as much of this merch shipped out as she can. So, one of our suppliers that's based out of Florida got hit by the hurricane, didn't have power for a week, and then World Cup happened.
Yeah. So they were behind, but they're catching up. The stuff's supposed to be here in the next week or so. People are wondering because it's been a month on those.
People are bitching.
Well, wondering. It's the Malibu design and the El Camino design. Those two designs were the ones that company made for us. So they're coming, I promise, soon.
While Vicky and Addie are busy working in the back shop shipping merch out, I've got a scheduled trip up to see Bob today to drop off Allison's old 340 so that we can get it freshened up for sick week so that her mom and dad can use it in the duster. So while I've got one engine in the back of the El Camino headed to the machine shop, the 496 is sitting up there waiting to come home to put in Billy's 55. In fact, while I'm on my way to the machine shop this morning, Bob was pulling the 496 off the dyno while Tanner's busy pulling the 555 out of Billy's Bel Air. Once Bob had the 496 off the dyno, he got back to work on that 502 big block Ford out of John Menarchik's beautiful red 64 Mercury Marauder. Unfortunately, when we pulled John's engine apart, we found out all the intake valves were bent due to insufficient piston to valve clearance. So to correct that problem, Bob had to disassemble the entire short block and fly cut the pistons. It's pretty remarkable that engine ran as well as it did down in the car. I actually drove down to Kentucky and drove the car before John pulled the engine out of it. And outside of some slight lifter noise, you would have never known the engine had a problem. But it only took one pull on the dyno for us to realize that big block Ford had a major issue. I'm just thankful that we're in a position to help John and not only correct the problem that the engine had, but make the engine better, thanks in part to our relationship with Nolan Jamora at Iski Cams. Because now when John's big block Ford goes back together, it'll have an Iski hydraulic roller cam instead of a standard flat tappet cam that are prone to wipe cam lobes with the standard motor oils that are available to us today. Anytime we've got an engine apart, especially older engines that came stock with flat tappet cams, we install retrofit hydraulic roller lifters and a hydraulic roller cam whenever possible, at least for street engines or any high-performance engine that typically turns less than 7,000 RPM. The hydraulic camshafts are a lot less maintenance and are typically a lot quieter, especially in the case of big block Chevys, which is a big reason why we chose to put a hydraulic roller in the 496 giveaway engine. So the situation on the Ford is that the valve angle is correct for the cut in the piston. The valve pocket itself was a larger diameter than it needed to be, but it was not deep enough in the piston face. And when you assembled it, it had what, 50 thousandths?
Yeah.
So you made about 100 thousandths.
I made 100 thousandths cut
Okay.
into the piston to give it to 100, about 150.
Yeah.
So we got plenty of room. There's no reason to be tight in this situation, street engine.
Right.
And there was plenty of material in the piston you could cut it.
Mm-hmm.
And weight-wise, it ain't a big deal.
Yeah.
With that being said, we had one bearing that had a big scratch in it. It looked like it had some material went through it. So they were just big block Chevrolet engine bearings.
Oh, really?
And so, but also, you could see the bearing had been taking a beating on it. It had a shiny part. So went ahead and put a set of bearings in it, set the clearance.
Good.
Here's the one that had the scratch in it. Had some dirt went through it, but it didn't hurt. The shaft looked really nice. So it hurt the bearing and not the shaft. So.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, we're gonna try and get this thing running this week.
So you've got the cylinder head back here The valve job is done on the heads.
Valve jobs are done.
All new intake valves.
Yep.
Because they were all bent.
Yep.
And we're going to reuse his head gaskets because they were in good shape.
Yeah, they're Cometic, so just reuse those.
And now we're putting a Iskey hydraulic roller lifter in it, or hydraulic roller cam with Johnson Iskey hydraulic roller lifters. That hydraulic roller we put in that pump gas big block sounded so good. I'm excited to hear this thing run.
Yeah, this thing here made unbelievable horrors for it beating on the valves.
Oh my God, all the valves were bent in it. They were hitting the pistons. Yeah. I'm kind of excited because that's a different combination, and there's a lot of people that watch this channel that they're Ford people.
Yeah,
you know,
we want to spread the
love around.
Yeah, spread the love around.
Well, we're about to. We got dead Dodges out there everywhere next. Those LA Dodges. But I know he's really excited to get this back and get it back in the car. And I'm excited for him because I think it's going to run considerably better this time around than it did before, and it'll be a lot more reliable, I think, you know, with not having a flat tappet camshaft in it, especially with the oils that are available today. So I'm happy for him. I think it's going to work out really good, and we'll put it on the dyno, make some pulls, see what it makes, and call him up and tell him to come get his big block Ford.
There you go.
So this brings us to Election Day. So far today, I'm thankful for the beautiful weather and the fact that Tommy's done such an amazing job cleaning up my shop for me. And although I'm ecstatic with the job that he's done, I think I might be the only one, because Tanner isn't so happy. Well, it's a beautiful day here in Central Ohio. Incredible weather, a little windy. I am going to go vote. Tanner's out here working on Billy's 55. I think he's just about got the engine pulled out of it. Let's go see what he's doing. When I walked in the shop this morning, I didn't even realize Buckwheat's truck was sitting out in the driveway. What are you doing here?
Inspecting.
Inspecting?
Let's see how Steve liked his cleanup. I don't know.
I didn't do it. Thomason did it.
Throw rocks at Thomas.
So how's this coming?
It's almost out.
Almost out.
Almost out.
Excellent.
I had to mount some tires for Billy.
You did? What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Guy loves a slot mag.
You approve, huh?
Hey, I do.
I like those.
Can you not use the F word? I gotta bleep that every
What do you
time you
want me
do
to
it.
do? How do you else do you describe it? But yeah.
Well.
Welcome back to the 70s.
The only 6-lug vehicle here, and we all know what they're going on.
While Tanner continues to work on Billy's 55, my main priority for today is to go vote. Now, unfortunately, I didn't make time to vote early, so I'm going to have to go up there and stand in line, and it's hard to tell how long it's going to take. The parking lot at our polling place was almost completely full, and the line was all the way out the front door. Thankfully, it only took about 20 minutes for me to get in and out, despite the line. So I rushed back to the shop as quick as I could to see if Tanner needed any help getting the 555 pulled out of the car and getting the 496 ready to go back in. At this point, the only two things I knew that we needed were big block water pump gaskets and a set of header gaskets. Although I had a set of header gaskets in stock out in the new shop, the water pump gaskets were going to have to come from Mark's. And unfortunately, there's some parts that we need for the El Camino too. I had to use the jump pack to get it started since the battery was dead. And the battery's dead because the alternator has quit working. And evidently the dummy bulb for the charging system is plugged into the wrong port on the back of the dash. So now I understand why Vicky's been complaining that the El Camino is overheating, when in reality, the alternator's been going bad. So I loaded up my dead battery into the trunk of the Malibu and started making my way down to Mark's. Now, if you remember in my last video, he recently switched from CarQuest Auto Parts to a Napa store, and two of his employees at his other store down in Cambridge quit on him the morning this was all going down. Mark's also had some staffing problems down at the rag shop. He had to fire one of his employees and the other one passed away unexpectedly of a heart attack. To be quite honest, I'm not sure how Mark hasn't had a heart attack himself, especially when dealing with my brother throughout all this. So if you happen to stop down at A1 Auto Parts in Buckeye Lake, try to have a little patience with Mark. He's had a really rough couple of weeks, and depending on who wins the election tonight, it could get worse before it gets better.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I keep running into him all day.
Really?
What the hell are you doing down here?
Parts.
Getting stuff.
Look at that snazzy new shirt he's got on.
Do I look good or what?
We got to get that sign changed out there, though.
Yeah, I know. We're working on it. A banner, but I put it up and it fell off, so I had to regroup on
It's
that.
pretty windy out there
I
today.
know. So we'll get it. We'll get it.
I need some big block Chevy water pump gaskets.
Oh, we got those.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
we got those.
put down whatever you're doing for buckwheat and get on my stuff.
All right.
Yeah, right, whatever. I got schedules to meet here, Phil.
Schedules to meet.
Shit you have coming into the store.
Within 3 minutes of me walking in, he's dealing with my brother, me, and Tanner.
I think your employees are sitting down on the job.
What are you talking about?
Well, look at that picture. Guy's legs crossed and he's relaxed, and he's probably smoking cigarettes. And
I was worried there for a second. I wasn't sure what that was a picture of.
it's Tanner. He needs a fitting, but I'm still not sure what he needs. I'll have to probably call him. So, hey, what's that in the background? Oh, that's the 55.
Tanner's long legs.
Look at that.
What? What? What?
Tanner's long legs.
Look at that.
What? What did he say?
I was discussing with Bucko something.
No, you weren't discussing shit with me. You best run.
It's already on. It's
I didn't know
already
you were filming
recorded.
over here when I
Yeah,
said that.
it's
So
recorded.
you want to see Tanner in a skirt, eh?
Boy.
Jeez.
So with that terrible disappointment, I told Mark to get this fitting that Tanner needs so I can get the hell out of here. I'm kind of in a hurry to get this 496 fired up in the 55 and hear what it sounds like through the mufflers and exhaust. We also managed to get an alternator and a new battery put in Vicky's El Camino, so it's back up and running too. Once Tanner had the 55 all buttoned up, I wanted to take a few minutes to clean the car up and detail it before we take it out for a test drive.
Got my cat scratch fever 8-track. My best friend's in a gun rack. I'm a low life. I owe everybody money. I think racist jokes are funny. I'm a low life. I got a dirty mind, a gutter mouth. I'm making time. I'm going out and go wild. 'Cause I'm a low life. I'm a low life.
Ready?
I
Go.
got kids I never seen and their mama's 17. I'm a low life. I take strippers out to breakfast. You can add that to my checklist. I'm a low life. Oh, the landlord called, the rent is due. I spent it all on a kiss tattoo. I rock and roll all night. 'Cause I'm a low life. I'm a low life. Yeah, I'm a low life. Living the high life.
After about 15 or 20 minutes of driving the 55 around, we brought it back to the shop to pull it inside and check for leaks before we take it too much farther away from the shop.
I'm watching porno on the TV, wondering why she'd ever leave me. I'm a low life. The object of my affection, ask the police for protection. I'm a low life. The romance is gone, I'm doing fine. Me and your mom's had a real good time just last night. Cause I'm a low life. I'm a low life. I make black music for the white man. Keep cocaine upon my nightstand. I'm a low life. Ain't never hung out in the Catskills, but I've been to jail in Nashville. I'm a low life. I've got a dirty mind, a gutter mouth. I'm making time. I'm going out with your wife. Hey, I'm a low life. I'm a low life. Yeah, I'm a low life.
All right, guys, I am really, really happy with the way this thing runs. I'm happy with the way it sounds. I'm definitely happy with the way it cruises. This thing, just barely lay your foot on the pedal and it just goes. I mean, that 55 is pretty heavy. With me in it, it's probably 3,800 pounds. And this thing feels like a Fox body Mustang with that thing in there. It just moves up the road so effortlessly. I feel like we've stumbled onto a really, really nice combination. One that I'll probably duplicate because I would love to have that in my Nova. Oh, I'm so happy with it. Hey, let me show you the cam card. I know people are asking about the camshaft, and I don't know. I really shouldn't say, but Nolan, when he custom ground the cam for my Malibu, a lot of people wanted it, and he actually made a part number for it, and they stock it or they sell it through Iski's website. Let me show you the cam card to this one. So this is a 254, 266 degree duration at 50 thousandths. 680 lift. This was a camshaft that Nolan Jamora spec'd specifically for this combination for 496 cubic inch pump gas big block Chevy. Now, even though this engine does have a small dome piston in it, with the combustion chamber size of the cylinder heads, these Trick Flow 320s, the compression ratio is only 10.5 to 1. So obviously that makes it a little bit more pump gas friendly. My thing is I always like to have the compression. I just put them on E85, but E85 is difficult to find some places, impossible to find in others, and that can be an issue. So, we built this so that if somebody wanted to do drag and drives with it, they could. It's a wonderful engine for drag and drive car. I mean, my gosh, you could put 200 horse nitrous on that thing and go deep into the nines in a 35 to a 3,800 pound car. You'd have a lot of fun with that. You can definitely index race it, 650 index. I'm sure that wouldn't be a problem in most anything that you want to put this thing in, and a little bit of nitrous would get you there if it didn't. But I'm really happy with this thing. I think it's going to make a really nice engine for whoever wins it. Speaking of which, Vicky's out in the back shop and she's wanting to squawk at you guys and tell you the details about where we're going this weekend.
This weekend, we're going to be at the Combs Airport in Kentucky, the Kent Rose Arm Drop Race. This is the makeup race from the horrible storm that ruined the Labor Day weekend. So I'd love to see an even bigger crowd. Everybody come out, bring your lawn chairs. There's a bunch of heavy hitters coming because some races down south were canceled. I'm hearing some big names are going to be at this race. It's going to be a great time. Bring a lawn chair. There's plenty of food trucks. Come see me at the SRC tent. We're going to have giveaway stuff. We're raising money for the Kent Rose Foundation. They're also having the big wheel race. 100 big wheels will be given away to kids who are going to race them down the airport strip. It is something to see. Everybody come see us. Saturday, the racing starts at 12:30.
And Billy says Ryan Mitchell's coming.
Holy cow. That's big news.
I guess there's some races down south that got rained out. And since this is a $100 entry, $15,000 to win.
To win, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. It's going to be big. The weather is looking like 70 and sunny.
What?
You can't ask for anything better in November. So I've got the address. I'll have you put it on the screen. It's going to be a great weekend.
Thank you.